Today we wanted to talk about simulating a transaction for successful real estate agent.
This is really key and paramount, and one of the biggest things we had to do when we first started. We did this ourselves. The only thing we really used our mentor for, to be entirely honest, was for this mock transaction, so I could see how the paper is going and the flow in which things are. And using SkySlope, because we are EXP, was a godsend, because now I could say, okay, this is going here, and then I put click, click, click. I knew all the paperwork I needed to do, and that's really what we're going to talk about today.
Exactly. Therefore, here we really wanted to understand the workflow.
Absolutely.
No? And this understanding a different component that involve in a typical transaction workflow, it helps the sender, recipient, or the transaction amount, or another additional metadata that is needed for this process. We wanted to talk about it.
That sounds very scientific. So
Yes.
basically, we need to understand where we need to fill out these contracts and what part of the contracts that need to be filled out. Because if you do not know this. They did not teach you that in real estate school. So understanding by going through a mock contract and saying 123 Main Street for $100,000 or $5 million, whatever you want to put your mock to be, but you're going to make a test. And then we're going to write all the paperwork, and then we're going to put it in SkySlope as a test. And basically, we're going to make sure that we have all the paperwork in order, and everything can be tested 1, 2, 3 or whatever. It's all going to your email, because at the end of the day, this is not a real contract. This is a test. And that's really what we're trying to do. We need to understand the workflow. The second thing is making sure it's valid. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the world, EXP world. We're going to talk to transactions coordinators and make sure they know that we're talking about a test transaction. So you're going to make sure that they know when you're talking to them, this is a test transaction. You want to get their information because they review the contracts, right? So you want to make sure that you did it correctly. And you know who to talk to about contracts anyway. So you're going to go into the world, talk to the transactions people, and really make sure that it was correct and they know what it is. And yes, they're going to try to cancel it as fast as they can because, of course, it's not a real transaction. But you need to understand the transaction.
Exactly. And my wife used a couple times SkySlope. Again, this is the platform that we use for the workflow in eXp Realty. And hi, this is Alan Victoria. Welcome to our channel. Please go to the agentwolves.com and grab all of our giveaway.
Also, we are part of the Wolf Pack, so you would get our entire upline if you choose to join us. And we do hope you want to join us at EXP, so we would love to be your sponsor.
And also, please go grab an appointment with us and schedule a phone call. Next thing that we wanted to talk is about executing the transaction. My wife said the workflow up to there. And as you validate it by that transaction coordinator, that time it can be executed. Which basically what they do, they debiting the sender's account and crediting to recipient accounts, and basically updating the transaction status. And this is very important to how to handle any potential errors at that point if there is no sufficient fund or available, or there's a network issue. No?
Okay, that sounds very mathy again to me. But basically, We're going to go into the world. We're going to talk to them, and we're going to simulate not just one transaction on a buyer side. We're going to simulate a seller's transaction too, because you need to understand how the systems work and in different scenarios. Yes, we're going to talk about, these are all simulations. So you really do need to sit down with your mentor and really, really go through these paperwork, because at the end of the day, a contract is a multi-signature transaction. There are lots of people involved. You have to show that you know the complexity of this situation and you understand all of the technology and you know what to do when the time comes for you to step up and write your first contract. You need to know what you're doing about it. Want to add anything?
No. Do you want to add any advanced
I would say
comments?
we did this ourselves. We 100% made it very clear it was a fake transaction, but in order to understand how the system works, I can't learn on the job and say, "Oh, I'm showing Bob these homes." I'm making up a person right now. I'm showing Bob homes and he wants to buy his first home. It's actually my first contract too. I can't look like a fool when it comes to getting paperwork from Bob. I need to know what paperwork I need to show up. And I also want to point out, our first contract that we ever wrote, we made a whopping $900. So it's not like we made $1 bazillion on our first transaction. However, it was the one that got us started. And by even earning that $900, it opened up the platform to earn so much more. So don't think that this is just nothing. Really, and honestly, by digging into a really hard contract at first, it really became fun. So understand how the workflows work. Understand everything you need to know in order to get due. And then honestly, that is really the best thing to do. So I want to say that this is what we should do.
Exactly. And then that help you to give you valuable insight that how the payment also workflow works when you go to the transaction, and all the financial exactly in EXP work in the transaction coordination department.
Well, you're not actually making money on a fake one, right? Of course. But
exactly.
Anyway, we hope you like this video. We can't wait to talk to you about more stuff, but this was such a fun topic for us because everybody has to start from somewhere, and starting with a mock transaction is really going to help you.
And don't forget to go to agentwolf.com plural and grab an appointment with Al and Victoria, Pinder real estate agent in North Carolina. We wanted to connect with you, and we love to be your sponsor at EXP, part of the Agent Wolf, and see you next time.